Art Focus is a program about the brightest and the most current developments in the fields of art and cultural life in the country and in the world. It is a report about the greatest cultural events like musical concerts, festivals, art exhibitions and theater premieres. You will be able to visit the most interesting theater sets as well as workshops of famous artists, and you will also get acquainted with the best art representatives and learn the secrets of their crafts together with the Art Focus program. Art Focus is always in the focus of the brightest events. Recently in Almaty, opening of a unique photo exhibition under the name "And God Created Woman" of Brigitte, legendary French actress, has taken place. The title of an exhibition has not been chosen incidentally. Under such name, in the 1956 there appeared a movie which has brought to Brigitte world popularity. Within the framework of Days of France in Kazakhstan, photo exhibition of the movie actress Brigitte and God Created Woman takes place. Author of photos is famous French photographer Léonard de Rémy. Photos are presented by General Consulate of France and also by Saint-Tropez Mayor Office. In honor of long-term friendship of Léonard de Rémy and Brigitte, son of photographer has kindly allowed to show to public hundreds of exclusive photos of Brigitte. Now 25 of them are presented in Kazakhstan. Citizens and city visitors have a unique opportunity to connect with the French art and to enjoy photos of Brigitte. City administration of Saint-Tropez the first time has shown for this photo exhibition in Rome and then all over the world. Works cover the period of career of Brigitte since the beginning of the 60s and to the middle of the 70th years. These photos give the chance to the audience to see and even to experience those emotions which Brigitte wanted to transmit through the roles in the movies.
Yeah, it gives you a window into the person's life, which I kind of enjoy. From a photography point of view, they're all angled really well. It's pretty good. The black and white photos I really like. It gives that feeling of it wasn't done in the 21st century, which is quite nice to know that, oh, this face seems familiar, but it was long ago. So there's still like a connection between now and the past.
I love Brigitte Since my youth time, in general, it is the woman who shows her beauty to the world. If to look at all these photos, I like the fact that here, this actress is displayed womanly. She always had what to learn from her. I also like that pictures which are exposed there have different mood, both cheerful and sad. But the most important thing is that cheerfulness presented them. I would like such exhibitions to be held more often. I attend French language courses for a long time, and during lessons we often watch movies with Brigitte. In my childhood I very often faced her creativity. I think that the photographer has reported her lovely appearance and traits of her character well. Here photos are not only from real life, but also from movies, which highlight her talent and her ability to show to the viewer her beauty and to transfer the character which is needed. I admire this woman, the actress and model, very much. I am very glad that such exhibition has been organized in our city, and I think that similar exhibitions need to be held more often. It seems to me that it will be interesting for many people, and such initiative is urgent. Photos of Brigitte always attracted interest, as these works are presented in a single copy, and it is possible to see them only at such exhibitions, which are taking place now in Kazakhstan. I would advise to each resident and city visitor of Almaty to connect with the French art and to visit such remarkable photo exhibition. Cultural exhibitions of this sort will always be popular with residents of our city, and we hope that events of this kind will be held more often in Kazakhstan. History of design originates from the middle of the 19th century. Since then, design accompanies us almost in all spheres of life. Also, it has genres and areas from fashion to advertising, from an interior to household design. Today, we will talk about Almaty School of Design, which covers all its areas and teaches to put correctly into practice. At first, I studied design here in Kazakhstan and then in London thanks to Bolashak program. I had an opportunity to compare two education systems. From this point, I started up an idea to take strength of both educational systems, to take skills from our country as painting and drawing were very strong in the USSR, and to take emphasis on critical thinking from the Western system. We have decided to gather teachers who study graphic design, architecture and other areas of design abroad at school, because usually design reaches us through a prism of Russia. Then it is borrowed by our designers and only then reaches consumers. Those who attend our classes generally have never held a pencil before, and only in first two occupations they understand that there is nothing impossible. There is no mysticism in it, it's just a set of certain knowledge and skills. Even it will never become a part of their professional life, it makes people happy. At School of Design, there are two classes, drawing and painting. There are printing workshops, a workshop on printing of the liner cut, silkscreen printing, a lithograph, a big class for work with computers, the workshop on a tree and metal, also the machine for engraving with the help of computer program. We have not gathered all these different machines for no reason, but because this practice is now used in the West in all higher education institutions. It ascends until the time of great design. It is the first school of design in the world. Their idea was in combining all spheres of design and art. That is, students studying painting could also work both metal and with a tree, and with photo, and with the sound, and understand the theory of architecture. This was such a complex system when the person developed comprehensively. Only then he really could propose solutions which haven't been thought of before. Today it is taken advantage at all schools of design in the world, and we have thought, why not to make it also here? With complete confidence, I can say that with each of pupils the individual model of approach and training, which is based on his personal experience, on what he likes and what he wants to reach, is built. In our school we are engaged not only in sharpening of skill, but we also set academic purposes. Actually, internal development and disclosure of people who come here is very important for us. One of the most important points which I put for myself is speed. That means to reach the same as at schools or universities without losing quality, but in a shorter period of time. Again, by individual approach and the analysis. Probably 40% of any hour occupation consists of the analysis and discussion. That means sometimes we look, discuss and analyze more than we draw. As people are already adults, approach through an intellectual concept of what we do is possible. I have learned much here. Earlier I wasn't able to draw, and here I began to study with the elements. How to hold a pencil, how to build compositions. I already have own pictures, which I had painted. There are remarkable teachers, remarkable pupils. Very kind and cozy atmosphere, even possible to say that it is similar to families. I'm glad that we have such a school here in Kazakhstan, and I hope that similar schools will be opened in the future, because it works for development of people. Here both students and adults who work for a long time study. I consider that it is a big step forward for our city and in general for all country. Profession of the sculptor is one of the most ancient ones. The first mentions belong to prehistoric times. History of sculpture as art has begun in ancient Egypt for 30 centuries BC. Sculpture can be made from various materials: stone, metal, tree, and even from ice. And it can have various sizes, from monumental monuments to souvenir figurines. Today's guest of our program, the sculptor Timur Seitov, will share secrets of his profession. As well as all children, I'd like to draw, and my experimental works have been made of window putty, which was used often at that time. And once my father's probably patience has burst, and he has bought the whole briquette of this putty only for me. And it became my experimental ground. And it was until 14 years, until I had gone to Leningrad, where I saw all this beauty. Columns, statues which have attracted unprecedented interest in me. At that time I understood in which direction I will work. Of course I had to study. And any artist, with his internal creative state, is a person in love with his profession, with his business, with occupation of the life. And profession of the sculptor is not an exception in this sense. Of course, firstly I do sketch, then I try it in more detailed way, work out on paper. Then softer materials, such as plasticine or clay, with which there is an opportunity to represent more catholically the idea are taken. If work satisfies me in this way, I already try to transfer it to more solid material, to stone, tree or bronze. I have no certain method. I don't think of creating something. It is some rush. This is something internal. It can arise from nowhere, looking at the nature or at the environment in which I am at the present time. Absolutely unmotivated things can serve as incentive for creation of this or that work. Of course, my favorite material is a stone, and until today I don't change habits, and I try to work with this material. Creation of a sculpture is a long and laborious process. Owner of this difficult but interesting profession needs to own professional skills and knowledge, and also should have personal qualities, patience, accuracy, intuitive and creative thinking, art taste and ability to improvise. I had an ambitious idea to create the monument devoted to heroes' batteries for a long time. And here, this year, this dream was fulfilled. At the beginning of a year, the monument devoted to Dolit by Batyr has been established. For me personally, it is a big victory, my success when my idea, my plans were carried out. We have to bring up younger generation on such striking examples. As a sculptor, I have a dream to create the work devoted to female mother. I would like to wish all who begin to work in this area, in this very interesting and fascinating area. Of course, you should have some impudence, there should be a pressure in you, and big self-confidence, and then you will be succeed.